Let's take a look at our 607 three-way harness. Lots of wires and components here. Looks a little bit confusing, but it's not really confusing. We'll just break it down and show you all the components. Obviously, like with most harness, there's a volume pot, 500K. You see a lot of grounds hooked to the back. You'll also see coming off of that another pot, 500K. That's our tone pot. Usually can tell those because they have a capacitor installed. In this case, it's a green 0.047 microfarad capacitor. Also coming off of the back of the volume pot is a separate braided jacket. That's the ground for the pickup or the piezo. We also have coming off a jack. That's how you connect to your amplifier. And then we have a separate ground wire that goes out to the bridge to ground the bridge. The big difference is the three-way switch. There's actually three positions. All the way to one side or up, all the way to the other side or down, and then there's a middle position. The way this works, when it's this way, it selects one component. When it's this way, it selects the other component. When it's in the middle, it's selecting both. Let's take a look at how this goes together. I'm going to do a demonstration of this. As I always say, and I always try to do, I think it's important to try and put things together on your bench or on your desktop before you put them into the guitar. If you've got a problem, it's a lot easier to work. Let's take a look at what we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and hook up a $5 Make It Holler pickup, and then I'm going to use one of our piezos. First thing we want to do is we want to connect the grounds. Coming off the piezo, it's the jacket. Coming off of the $5, it's the little black wire. And then coming off of the back of the volume pot is that wire that I mentioned a moment ago. Let's twist these all together, again temporarily, just to hold them while we're doing this. Take an alligator clip, kind of clamp them together so we don't lose them. Now we've got two wires that we need to connect, and that's the hot from both the piezo and from the pickup. Just so happens that the white wire coming off the piezo will work nicely when we hook it together with the white wire coming off of the switch. Next, we have a red wire coming off the switch and a red coming off the $5. Let's hook those two together, and we should be pretty much ready to go at this point. Again, use an alligator clamp to test to hold it together while you're doing your testing. Got them all separated on the table. Going to take my amplifier and plug it in. Well, I know right off the bat I have it stuck in the middle position, so both of them should work, but I'm going to go ahead and move it to one side. And you can see the piezo is quiet. Now in theory, the $5 should respond to the tuning fork. And it does. You get the nice A440 signal. Now if we move the switch all the way to the other position, the piezo should work and the $5 should be silent. Yep, you're not hearing anything from there. And of course you can hear the piezo when you tap on it. You know, you can also use a tuning fork by using the round end of the tuning fork on the piezo. You can actually hear the A440. So now what we've done is we've got these wires together, and I think the setup is ready to go. You could take it out, put it in your guitar, and you're pretty much ready to go. One thing I would tell you is that I really didn't pay attention to which hot wires went to which, because what happens is when I get these installed, if the front position doesn't refer to the front device, you can actually just rotate it 180 degrees. Sometimes you'll want to put them front, middle, and back. Sometimes you'll want to have it top, middle, and down. Again, using a three-way harness allows you to connect two components. Really a nice step up on your cigar box guitar builds. Thank you.